you, Mark. We have breaking news out of Flint where police are investigating a shooting on the city's north side at this hour. Police say a man was shot in the head just after 4:30 this afternoon on the 500 block of East Foss Avenue. Not many details are being shared at this time, but stay tuned to NBC 25 for our later newscast for the latest updates on this incident. Flint police are also searching for suspects in a double homicide that took place over the weekend. Police tell NBC 25 a woman fled this home on West Dayton Street earlier on Sunday morning with knife wounds to her neck. She reported someone broke into the home, killing two men and injuring her. Police say the two men died in the house due to gunshot wounds. Names of those involved were not immediately released. State police are also assisting in the investigation. Michigan is increasing efforts to free up cells in the overcrowded Genesee County Jail by putting at least 100 inmates on electronic tethers. MLive is reporting that state and county officials say the transfer of inmates from jail to tethers has already begun, with the state paying for 135 tether activations since June. The state-funded activations are for inmates who can't afford to pay the $10 per day charge for electronic monitoring, but otherwise qualify for the program. About a dozen people gathering outside the Saginaw Police Department today to protest the actions of police in the shooting death of a homeless man. 6 police officers are back to work following the July 1st shooting death of 49-year-old Milton Hall. Police say they were forced to fire on Hall because he was acting aggressively with a knife in a shopping mall parking lot. Protesters say more should have been done.
I feel like an injustice has been done, that our police department is doing a good job, but they are weak in a lot of areas. They are here to serve and to protect, but I don't see how Mr. Hall was served or protected.
The shooting remains under investigation. A Grand Blanc man died early Saturday morning after he crashed his motorcycle while fleeing from police. According to the Oakland County Sheriff's Department, a deputy pulled over 2 motorcycles after they showed no regard for a traffic signal. One motorcycle stopped, the other fled the scene, then lost control, and the rider was thrown from the bike after hitting a curb. The man was pronounced dead at the scene. He was wearing a helmet. Well, still ahead tonight on NBC 25 News at 6, the local community groups in Flint are getting some grant money to spruce up their neighborhood and ensure a better sense of community. We'll be right back. Mark, the Asbury Community Development Corporation and United Methodist Church have received a neighborhood grant to help Flint residents support one another. But as NBC 25 Josh Marshall tells us, this is no ordinary program.
Project Know Your Neighbor will focus on a small area close to Asbury Church that has about 100 households around the church. Their plan for success relies on time banking, an idea that could bring new hope to the community. 2 blocks on Flint's east side are being targeted for a neighborhood improvement project.
The idea is to ask individuals about the things that they know how to do, particularly as it pertains to how it might help the others in the neighborhood.
Tom Toohey says he's seen a decline in the area and is heading the project to get the neighborhood back on its feet.
This is where I grew up, and life took me away from here for a few years, but I love these streets, and I learned about time banking, which is where if I help you, you pay me back by helping somebody else, and that's just a real good idea for Flint right now, helping people and helping somebody else.
The goal is to have neighbors help neighbors, something Pastor McDaniel feels will ensure the project's success.
This neighborhood is full of children, it's full of parents, it's full of grandparents and aunts and uncles, and it's full of people who have a hope for their own life. And in each of those people is the capacity to have a more vibrant neighborhood. Time banking and finding out who lives in the community and what assets they are is a step in that direction to reestablish, reweaving that community. And that's what we need. If we know each other, we might be less likely to harm one another.
The time banking project is in its beginning stages, but if you're interested in joining the Asbury Church's efforts or just let them know what your specialty is, send an email to flintasburyumc@gmail.com.